Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. One of the reasons that I'm so glad that you're here is because I had a singular thought before recording this episode. It's so specific, I had to write it down. I wrote, I'm grateful I have my legs. That's it. That's all I had written before actually sitting down to record this episode. I really gave it a lot of thought about how lucky I am that I can do what I do. I went on a walk today. I went to work today. I went down the stairs. I was able to drive a car, and I was able to do all these things because my legs work. I thought about two different scenarios. I thought about one where I either lost my legs completely, like I'm talking amputation level, like I don't have my legs. And then I also thought about paralysis, right? And not being able to use my legs, but still having them. And obviously both are different in their own ways. And there are people out there that live those lives. And in remembering that and realizing that, I was just really happy about all the things that I can do. I thought about what it would be like to go rock climbing without legs. I thought about what it would be like to go on dates without them. I thought about what it would be like to live in my home now, which, I'll be honest, is not wheelchair accessible. Like, how much would my life change? Would I move? Would my entire house become wheelchair accessible? Will I have to move downstairs to the ground floor? Will I have to stop doing the things that I love to do? Or will I just have to find different ways to do them, not quite like how they were before, just a different flavor? It's really easy to take something like our legs for granted. And you can replace the word legs with anything. Anything that you have in your life that you don't notice every single day. Our brain doesn't let us notice our legs every single day. Not in the way of being grateful for them. No, our brains will notice our legs if there's something wrong with them, if they hurt a bit, if they're sore, if they don't work like they're supposed to. But otherwise, there's so much on our bodies alone that we take for granted that we don't notice. We don't say thank you for. And of course, the way my mind works is I start going down the rabbit hole of gratitude. What else do I have? What else can I bring to the world? See, my legs may not be the strongest. They may not be the longest. They may not be the fastest. But they're mine. They're mine, and they do a really good job at getting me where I want to go and doing the things that I want to do. So I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful that I'm able to easily take a shower, stand in the shower without needing any extra support. I'm also grateful I could do things like ride my bike, go swimming, go to the park and walk around by myself or with family or friends. How cool is it that many of us have working legs? How cool is it that we're able to do these things? I don't know, I hope this is just a little bit of a reminder for you as well. I could talk about this all day, but you and I both know that I don't think about this all the time. You and I both know it doesn't stay in my mind 24/7. No, just like you, I need to be reminded of these things. I need to be reminded of the things I take for granted. For that reason, I'm grateful for the way my mind works, really, because my mind will just have these types of thoughts. It'll just pop into my head. Like, you know what I haven't noticed recently? The feeling of my tongue on the roof of my mouth or on the back of my teeth. The fact that I don't notice my nose in my vision. The fact that I don't realize how some of my clothes feel on my body right now. These are all things that get filtered out. But every once in a while, I get that moment of realization, saying, hey, what's going on here? Oh, that is true. I do have a lot going for me. It can be hard to do this when things aren't going our way, when things are a bit tough. It's hard to remember these good things because our brains are so focused on the problem and solving it. And that's okay. You don't have to be grateful 24/7, even though it does help to experience gratitude as much as possible. And with that, it's all I really wanted to say coming into this episode. I decided to draw today. I thought about recording some more footage driving, but in reality, I want to do more interactive stuff, more engaging stuff. And maybe not just engaging for you, but engaging for myself, for my own mind. There's something that drawing does to me that brings me back to what really matters. On my walk today, I was asked about the things that I want to do, like make my music and making this art, and what my goal is with them. And I realized in that moment that my goal is to figure out who I am and what I like. It's just a way to express myself, because the more I know myself, the more I know about the people that I want to attract into my life. And my life feels like it's all about love and connection. I want to connect with other people. And with 8 billion people out there, if I don't narrow it down a little bit, I'm going to be really busy. I narrow it down to figure out, all right, who are the people that will feed me energy? That when I spend time with them, I'll leave as if I'm on top of the world and not like I have an empty battery and I need to take a couple naps to feel better. My goal per se isn't to make money or make a living, make a career out of my art. If it just so happens that in making this art, in making music, I meet people and I enjoy doing it, and somewhere, somehow down the line, I use those skills in the future, I'm not against that. I see everything as a path to my destiny, to where I'm meant to get to. Destiny is just another word for destination. I don't know exactly where I'll end up. I know what my desire is. I know what I want to achieve, but I also know that it'll change. It'll be different when I get there. It'll be different way before I get there. So I don't really judge exactly where I'm at, where I'm going, and how I'm getting there. I more just focus on experiencing the ride and enjoying it. Giving a smile to see a smile, giving love to see love. There's a lot of people out there chasing more. At times, I'm one of those people, but I also realize that I do have this gear that's a lot more calm. It's not as rushed. It's not as stressed. It's not as pressured. It's just here. It's experiencing love, experiencing life for what it's worth. It's easy to want more and to forget what we have. Everybody wants more time, more money, more energy, more resources. But the more you're focused on what you want, the more you're focused on more, the less you think about what you already have, like your legs. I wonder how many people out there who are chasing more relentlessly are aware of how lucky they are that they're able to physically get up out of bed in the morning. Actually stand up and walk over to the bathroom. That's the power of legs. And you know what? There's people who don't have legs out there. And those are the people who really have that different experience of life. And many of them don't waste it. Many of them are resourceful as heck, and they do what they have to do to get what they want, and they won't let something like not having legs stop them. I know for a fact that if something like that were to happen to me, I would find a way to still do what I like to do and get what I want. It would look a lot different, and it may be a whole lot more challenging, but I also know it would be a whole lot more worth it, worth pushing through, worth experiencing, worth sharing with the world. There's a part of me, a small part, that gets excited for all the hardships coming my way, not for the experience of it being hard, but for the opportunity that I'll be able to share what I learn with people later. I'll be able to connect with them more because we're all going through tough times. We're all experiencing tough moments. I never want to seem like I'm perfect, like I think perfectly. These podcast episodes may be refined to a degree, but they're also real. I don't hide when I'm feeling a bit bad. The episode might be shorter and you might hear it in my voice, but it's still there. The episode exists. I don't wait till I'm at 100% to record. I do this because I know that there are little snippets, little nuggets of gold, of things to learn for you and for the people around you and for myself in the future. There is something to pick out, and so I show up. And that's how I know that in the future, when things inevitably get tough, I will continue to show up, continue to share, because I know in those moments are when my greatest downloads, when my greatest insights come forth, and I could do something about it. So for today, I'm calling it here. I'll be honest, I only finished the first half of the drawing today because it took a whole lot longer than I expected it to. And I plan to finish it up in tomorrow's episode. So keep an eye out for that. I look forward to seeing you there. Just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.